So the WNBA expansion draft is happening soon, and every team has already submitted the players that they have to.
Of course, here's an alternative version of the script, rewritten for a different flow and style, while maintaining the same approximate length and all the original information. A single deleted post from the Indiana Fever's social media sparked a crisis, exposing their potential draft strategy. With 6.2 million viewers tuned into Caitlin Clark's draft, the timing for this critical leak could not be worse. For Golden State, the WNBA's newest franchise, the Valkyries are now poised to poach top talent. Indiana's $22 million front office went into total lockdown after, as team sources confirm, the post disappeared. Tension is mounting as the November 25th protection deadline approaches, and the leaked roster proved to be a bombshell. A vital player was conspicuously omitted. Could this be the biggest front office blunder since the 2017 Elena Della Dunn trade? A potential catastrophe. Before we dive into this developing story, let's break down what is happening with Indiana's WNBA expansion. This is no typical draft. It is a rare event that has the power to define the future of the Golden State franchise. In 2026, the Valkyries will join the league, needing talent from every team. WNBA rules mandate the protection of 6 players. This leaves others vulnerable to being claimed by the new team. Well, this is where the story takes a turn. For a brief period on November 24, just before the deadline, the Indiana Fever's social media account shared what looked like a harmless photo. Coach Stephanie White was pictured alongside what the post featured by pure coincidence. Exactly 6 players.
So lads, the Indiana Fever might be making a huge mistake. Again, this is a might because you just never know. You never know when it comes to things like this, because you don't know how players pan out. You don't know. Maybe you're overrating a player, maybe you're underrating a player, but it's always kind of hard to tell when it comes to young players.
It was gone in 45 minutes, but not before sharp-eyed followers had captured screenshots and sent the WNBA community into a frenzy. Let's review the numbers for a moment. The Fever's market value jumped 47% after drafting Caitlin Clark. Their merchandise sales broke records, with Clark's jersey becoming the all-time best-selling rookie jersey. Season ticket renewals historically are up 300% from last year, which makes the leaked image so significant. Clark is in the center, flanked by Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, Tammy Bentley, and Alyssa Smith. 6 players in total, whose salaries comprise an $46,000 cap hit for the 20. But here's the crux of the issue. The Fever still have a promising guard, Grace Berger, on a team-friendly rookie contract, who is missing from the protected group. Insiders are talking about Alyssa Smith's situation, following a controversial eye poke incident in practice and TikTok videos that reportedly caused locker room friction. Protecting Smith over emerging talent has raised serious questions. An anonymous league executive suggested this might be the kind of choice that haunts a team for seasons to come. The timing for Indiana is disastrous. The team is riding high from its first playoff appearance since 2016, with attendance figures having climbed by 67% since Clark's arrival. The pressure to maintain this momentum is immense, especially with the Valkyries waiting in the wings. Let's talk about the Valkyries and what they represent. Financed by Silicon Valley and building a state-of-the-art arena in Oakland, they are not entering the league simply to fill a spot. The ownership group has pledged $50 million in its initial investment, positioning them as one of the most heavily capitalized expansion teams in the history of women's sports. And the expansion draft rules are unforgiving. Teams can only shield 6 players. The Valkyries can pick 1 player from each existing team, but the limitation is they can only select 1 total unrestricted free agent. This means teams must be meticulous about who they leave exposed, balancing current assets with future potential. The stakes for the Fever are incredibly high. After years of rebuilding, they found a gold mine in Boston and Clark, and now they might lose key members of their supporting cast.
I want to protect Grace Berger, because I think Grace Berger just has. I think in the modern WNBA, Grace Berger is going to be such a good.
Effectively, the leak has handed the Valkyries a blueprint of Indiana's plan, letting them strategize their draft picks accordingly. Let's analyze each player from the revealed photo. Caitlin Clark's protection is non-negotiable. She averages 21.4 points, tops the league in assists, and has already set 3 rookie records. Her influence is felt off the court too. Fever game TV ratings have climbed 56% since she joined. Aaliyah Boston, a former Rookie of the Year and her partner in the post, is a clear choice. She leads in rebounds 8.2 points, 16.8, and blocks 2.1. Her dynamic pick and roll with Clark has become one of the league's most potent combinations. Kelsey Mitchell brings veteran leadership and consistent scoring. Though in her final contract year, team sources indicate they plan to use their core designation to keep her. Her 18.2 points per game and 42% three-point accuracy are essential for the team's floor spacing. Now let's examine Lexi Hull. Her presence on the protected list might surprise some onlookers. But Hull's stats tell a different tale. Her defensive rating is the best among all WNBA guards at an elite 92.4. And she elevated her three-point shooting from 32. She limits opponents to just 34% shooting when she is the primary defender, the exact kind of glue player that championship rosters need. The controversy starts with Melissa Smith. Her talent is undeniable. She averages 12.4 points and 7.3 rebounds with a player efficiency score of 8. But off-court issues have been a persistent distraction. A practice incident led to a team suspension, which cost them during crucial playoff games. Her social media activity has allegedly stirred conflict in the locker room, leading 3 veterans to request private meetings with the coaching staff. Multiple sources report that 3 teams, including the Las Vegas Aces, have already inquired about a trade. Tammy Bentley's protection is perhaps the most baffling element of the puzzle.
A 95% chance the Golden State Valkyries select Grace Berger. She is young. She's what, like 24 maybe? She is a 6-foot tall point guard. She can shoot the ball. She led the W in three-point percentage 2 seasons ago. And she's also can handle, she can pass, she can defend.
While a veteran presence, her statistics have declined sharply since mid-season. She's averaging only 5.2 points and 4.1 rebounds over her last 15 games, a drop from 8.7 points and 6.3 rebounds in the first half of the season. Her defensive impact has also waned, as opponents are now shooting 47% in the paint against her, up from 38% earlier in the year. Some WNBA analysts speculate this could be a smokescreen for another move. However, leaving Grace Berger unprotected is what is keeping Fever fans awake at night. Berger has shown glimpses of stardom as Clark's backup, shooting a stellar 44% from 3. In limited games where she played over 20 minutes, she put up 9.2 points and 4.8 assists, with an impressive. League scouts view her as a future starting guard, with one executive comparing her skill set to Courtney Vandersloot's. Leaving her unprotected could come back to haunt Indiana for years. The Golden State Valkyries front office must be ecstatic. Their analytics team, led by former Golden State Warriors executives, has been preparing for this draft for months. They've developed a proprietary scouting system that integrates traditional stats with advanced metrics. They also have $5.7 million in cap space for big contracts and the marketing power to elevate role players to stardom. According to a Valkyrie insider, they've already identified 3 potential franchise cornerstones from the available pool of players. Now consider the money. The WNBA's new TV deal is expected next season, with the salary cap projected to double from $1.4 million to $2.8 million. Unprotected players could find their market value skyrocket in the new financial environment. Young talents on rookie deals like Berger's become even more valuable as teams manage their cap. The Fever's choice today could cost them millions in future trade capital. That one deleted post may have revealed their entire hand. As for the league's emerging powerhouse, the public outcry was immediate and fierce. Save Grace Berger trended with over 50,000 tweets in 24 hours. Instagram engagement soared. Since the leak, 312 season ticket holders are jamming the team's phone lines. A fan group created a change.org petition to save Grace Berger, which amassed 15,000 signatures in 6 hours. Caitlin Clark's father even posted and deleted a cryptic tweet about trust in Indy that got 100,000 likes. Remember when the Detroit Shock lost their core in the 2009 dispersal draft? They fell from champions to a team that struggled to make the playoffs before relocating. The Fever are navigating a similar tightrope. A single misstep could derail years of careful rebuilding. The next 48 hours are critical for the franchise. High-level sources suggest there might be more to this story than it seems. Whispers of potential 3-team deals and unsigned European draft prospects, who could be part of the equation, are circulating. Players competing overseas right now could change the entire landscape. The deleted post might just be the opening move in a much larger roster overhaul. The entire WNBA holds its breath. Will Indiana stick with the revealed list, or was it a sophisticated ruse leading to a shocking finale? What will happen to the unprotected players? And how will they handle this public exposure? The answers will shape not just the Fever's future, but the league's competitive balance for years. One thing is certain: the expansion draft just got infinitely more interesting. Every team is watching Indiana's next play. The Valkyries' front office is likely working overtime modeling every potential outcome. Agents are burning up the phone lines for clarity on their clients' situations. The shockwaves from this leak will reverberate league-wide. Looking at historical precedent for expansion drafts only adds to the drama. During the 2008 Atlanta Dream expansion, teams that had protection info leak received an average of 2.3 trade proposals for their exposed players before the official submission. Today, the stakes are immensely higher. The Fever's market value has climbed 32% since drafting Clark, turning every roster move into a multi-million-dollar gamble. In the background, betting markets are reacting. Las Vegas odds for a 2025 Fever championship dropped from plus 800 to over plus 1200 in the hours after the post. Betting experts cite the uncertainty around the team's roster as the primary reason. Markets loathe uncertainty. As veteran odds maker Jimmy Peterson noted, this leak created plenty of it. The psychological toll on the players cannot be ignored. Sports psychologist Dr. Sarah Martinez, a consultant for many pro teams, says being publicly deemed unprotected can severely affect team dynamics. It's like finding out you're disposable on social media, a difficult reality to process. Practices since the leak have been described as tense. An observer noted less player interaction, with some athletes appearing distracted or hesitant in drills. The staff has scheduled additional private meetings to manage concerns and keep the team focused. The global angle adds another layer of complexity. 3 European teams have reportedly contacted agents of unprotected Fever players, sensing an opportunity to lure talent overseas. Turkish Tarkes Fenerbahce has allegedly extended lucrative offers to any players left exposed. Media coverage has exploded beyond sports networks. Mainstream outlets are framing this as a cautionary tale about social media governance in pro sports. The event has even sparked debate on digital security protocols in other leagues. Corporate sponsors are watching the Fever closely. Their primary jersey sponsor, a major healthcare provider, has requested an emergency meeting with team leadership. Their multi-million-dollar annual contract has clauses tied to performance and stability, which could be threatened by major roster disruption. Local businesses near Gainbridge Fieldhouse are also concerned. Maria Rodriguez, a restaurant owner who sees a 40% revenue increase on game days, says, "Our business model is built around Fever home games. Any threat to the team's success is a threat to the community." The timing is especially critical for merchandise retailers. Holiday sales were projected based on a stable roster, with Clark's jersey alone expected to generate $3.2 million in December sales. The uncertainty has prompted some retailers to adjust their order. Jim Thompson, a WNBA executive, explained why the timing of this leak is so damaging. Teams usually conduct back-channel talks about protection strategies, but this has forced Indiana's hand and eliminated their negotiating power. Social media engagement has hit unprecedented levels. On TikTok, creators have clocked over 50 million views on Fever-related content in the last 24 hours. Fan theories run the gamut from plausible to wild, with some even suggesting the leak was a calculated marketing stunt. The team's PR department is working overtime. Focus groups with season ticket holders were quickly arranged to gauge fan sentiment. Early feedback suggests a 50-50 split between those who support the apparent strategy and those demanding changes. Youth basketball programs linked to the Fever are feeling the impact. Local coaches report a surge in questions from young athletes about loyalty and career security. "Kids idolize these players," says AAU coach Marcus Williams. "They're learning a hard lesson about the business of basketball." Other WNBA cities are monitoring the situation. How this unfolds could influence team valuations across the league. Sports business analysts predict a well-executed expansion draft could set a new precedent for franchise building. The players' union is also paying attention. While no formal statement has been issued, sources say they are watching for potential contract implications in the next collective bargaining agreement. Negotiations may introduce new rules for roster protection announcement. Tech experts are weighing in on the social media angle. Digital security consultant Rachel Chen emphasizes the need for multi-level approval systems for team social media. No single person should have unilateral power to post. For now, the deadline has created a high-pressure situation internally. Employees report heightened security measures, like phone checks. A no-phone policy has been implemented in the practice facility and cafeteria to prevent more leaks. As the story develops, one thing is clear. The modern WNBA is a complex ecosystem where social media, fan engagement, player well-being, and business interests collide. The Fever are now a case study in professional sports crisis management. Remember to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay updated on this evolving situation. We'll be back with exclusive analysis of the final protection list and its immediate aftermath. Drop your predictions below. What changes do you think Indiana's front office will make? Until then, keep your eyes on the Fever, because tomorrow's sports headlines are being written right now.